we're gonna do a little video walk around here with it running and the tops and windows up. Just kind of give you a quick, and then we'll pull the tops and windows out just because it's such a cool look both ways. So here is your little walk around. Such a gorgeous car. Beautiful evening here too. Okay, now let's pull the tops and I'll do it again. This is the ultimate summer cruiser. T-tops off, windows down. 85, 90 degree summer night. And it just doesn't get any better than that. Check it out. Absolutely gorgeous. Digital dash. All right, let's dive in. Greetings, automotive enthusiasts. No, this is not deja vu. For those of you that watch the channel, we just had an 83 280ZX Turbo, exact black gold 5-speed T-Top Coupe that we recently sold. But this is his non-turbo cousin. Same basic car, almost identical except for like exterior, just maybe a badge in the wheels. But yeah, so check this out. It's an 83 280ZX Coupe, manual transmission T-top car. This is a 2-owner car, and it only has 62,000 miles on it. Now this is so the previous owner of this car, it's a 2-owner car. This gentleman's dad bought it brand new, and he was president of some university in Canada, and he bought it for his wife as a present. So it was his wife's car. And then the son bought the car 12 or 15 years ago. He lived in Tulsa, Oklahoma. There's a video of me picking up the car, and I'll put a link of that in the comments in the description, because that's a fun video if you want to watch and kind of check out the history of the car. But since we already did a walk around with the tops up on the outside walk around, I just went ahead and left the tops out and kind of give you a quick little overview and go around the car. Right here, we've got the top covers, the original floor mats, and then you can see we got the T-tops with the shades, and shades are absolutely immaculate. I might just go ahead and show you this now, so you can put these guys in all different configurations. When it's hot out like this, you kind of want the sunshades on the car to keep the sun off of you. And but yeah, so here's kind of a walk around with the tops off, and we'll kind of get into the details of the car. Like I said, this car has got 62, it's got 100, it just turned 100,000 kilometers, so that's 62,000 miles. And so the car's in kilometers, and we will kind of show you close up here. Now, I've got a lot of people inquiring on this car. We have it on our website, and I've got several out-of-town buyers that want this video to see the car, because they want to come down and potentially buy the car. So there's a few things. We got it all mechanically all sorted out and everything. But there's a few things that, like we didn't get a chance to get a detail done. There's a few little chips on the car, and there's some water spots a little bit in the car. So, if we don't sell the car soon, I'll probably send it to Van Gogh and have him kind of finish the detail on this car, but looks pretty darn good for not being detailed, doesn't it? So looking at this car, if you'll notice, how nice the stripes are and everything. When I first saw the car, I thought it was actually, I looked really close, thought it was original paint. But then after looking at it closer, at some point in the past, the car has been repainted before the son bought the car. So, it's probably been painted 15, 20 years ago, something like that. The shows no accidents or damage via Carfax. Maybe it just had some pits and stuff. If you've seen like the turbo, it was original paint, you know, it gets a lot of patina. The stripes get cracks in them and lots of pits and lots of stuff. So I think they just wanted to freshen up the car and make it nice and shiny and pretty. So that's definitely what it is. But you will, like I said, as we go across. Now the bumper, if you look at the picture gallery on our website, you'll see that the bumper had a lot of nicks and pits and chips in it and everything. So I went ahead and had the bumper taken off and had the bumper refinished. You know, it's just the car looks so nice, you know, and that plastic bumper chips really easy. And that was really kind of just the biggest eyesore of the car. You'll still see a few little chips on the hood and everything. We didn't do any work there. But like I said, if you take and do a polish, you know, on this car and some touch up, this car looks phenomenal. It's got the headlight washers. So it is you know, kind of a refreshed car in some ways. But you can kind of see just little, I'm not gonna point out every little imperfection. There's little chips and stuff, but the good news is this car, you know, just a little bit of love can only look better. So we've done a lot of mechanical maintenance to this car. We've got, put new tires on it, cap, rotor. I'll talk about the engine when we get into the engine. Let's just talk about the body right now. So anyway, so you can see the new tires here, and these are actually really good tires. I know some of you might not be familiar with this brand. I've used this brand a lot, but looking at what's available in these sizes, this 195, 70, 14, not much available. And literally, this was the softest, best performance, best really option for this car. And I looked at every option, and trust me, I was going for the best performing tire, not price. But actually Saloon has an incredible tire. They've got a lot of models and we use them a lot. Never been disappointed with that tire. So looking along here, and actually kind of looking here, we will put the car up on the lift so I won't get too low on it right now. I'll just kind of show you the top side, all the lights, everything's in really nice shape. The wheels, I'd say the wheels are probably the thing that could probably use, you know, but aside from a polish and a touch-up, you know, the wheels do show some age there. The clear coat has kind of where the moisture gets in behind the clear coat and causes a little bit of oxidation there. So the wheels, I mean, they look good. But if you really wanted to make the car just pop, you know, that might be something to consider in the future, maybe refinishing the wheels. The windshield is nice, original windshield. And, you know, some very light scratches and a few little pits, but overall it is in really nice shape. And here's another view across the hood. Don't you love that NACA duct? So cool. Feeds air to the injector rail, actually. Emblem is in good condition here. The gold. It's got original Datsun floor mats on it. Looking down the side of the car, and it has a little rub strip on it. That's probably, you know, just double stick taped. A person could tape that off, but honestly, black on black like that, you don't really notice it, and that really protects the car. And it's very subtle. There's not like there's a chrome trim in it or anything like that. I wouldn't take it off because, like I said, you don't really notice it that much. There's the rockers. Very nice car. The trim, there's one little ding on the stainless right here on the windshield post. Here's one shot of the dash VIN tag. And then coming across, there was some stuff right here we did have touched up there, so that looks really nice. Looking across the top of the T-tops here. So it's nice to be able to see all this. And the seals are nice and don't leak water. Seals are all soft, not cracked, not dry weathered. Really nice shape on the seals. Around the door handles, really nice. Like I said, this car will really do well with the polishing. It has a really nice window tint on it. You saw on the outside walk around, and it almost has just a tad bit of mirroring to it, but it's a really nice tint job, and it really helps save the interior of the car. Little edge, little scuff right there, or it could be wax. Yeah, I think that's just wax. Here's the rear wheel. This is probably maybe the worst of the wheels. But you can see it's just got some age on it, what you would expect. You can see our little factory exhaust in there. Again, here is the mud flap. Looks nice. I mean, I kind of debated whether to leave them off or take them on. I'll let the next owner decide what to do with that. But looking down the side of the car, I mean, there's hardly a ding or scratch down the side of the car. Super nice. Got our heated back window, rear wiper, power antenna works, radio works, everything on this car works but the cruise control. Look in here. Super nice. Here's the original back bumper. Tail lights are really good condition. Go ahead and go across the back here. See the paint's really nice condition there. One little, maybe a teeny nick right there. That right tail light, very nice. Emblem is in good shape, a teeny bit of gold flaking right there on the 0, but still, nonetheless, very, very good. All right, looking down the right quarter. Super nice. The roof T-top look inside that interior, just absolutely love it. Pop out quarter windows. Here is the right rear wheel. Again, they all have, you know, where the wheel weight goes, it just gets grime in there and just chews away at the clear coat. And then you change tires and rebalance them, and then you've got an ugly spot. Looking down the right side, super nice. Very nice. Rocker. Very nice. Mirrors are in good condition, no real major pitting there. I said all that stainless and everything is really good condition all around there. Fender, this ZX emblem is the worst of it. It's pretty peeled off, but the good thing is it's actually kind of yellowish underneath, so the gold and the yellow, you don't really notice it unless you get right up on it. There's our mat, or butt flap, I mean. There's our right front wheel, and right marker. So, beautiful. You can see, like I said, some of the water spots, but those will polish out. You know, you just need to get, you know, I'm not a body and paint guy, so didn't have time. I needed to get this video out. And Van Gogh was a week or two out on getting this car in. So if I don't sell it, I will polish it because I'm enjoying driving this car. And but that's how she is at this moment. I could do a little video short or something if we still have it and I get it polished. I might do that just to kind of give you a quick little update. But she does look nice. Let's go ahead, just look at that view. Let's pop the hood. All right, we got the hood popped on the Z here. Look how clean it is under here. Super nice condition. Nothing, I mean, everything looks very, you know, nothing looks weathered and aged and beat. It all still looks really fresh. No corrosion. The aluminum looks nice. So we did do caps, rotor, plugs, all of that. And then if you'll notice here, these are the NGK, these are the OEM wires. We went all OEM on the ignition parts. And here is the sticker on the hood. And then look at the hood, even the back side of the hood is really clean. This car just absolutely runs perfect too. I love the blue air cleaners. I just love that. And here's the stickers on the right side of the hood. Another view of the hood. Coming down here. And you can see just how nice everything. The plastics are still look fresh. I thought our trouble light, oh, there it is. Trouble light works there. Here, let's see if we can zoom in here on our ID tag. Pause right there so you can see that. Everything works a little, that little motor there is actually, it blows cold air on the injectors, fresh air on the injectors, and it was something that is designed to kind of keep them from hydro locking or vapor locking, I think. But like I said, I've been driving this thing around in 108 degrees today with the AC on, even idling in traffic and everything, and went to my Sonic and got a drink. We put a new cap on it, fresh oil change on it. And also too, I guess I'll tell you now, actually, so we had a noise in the transmission. It sounded like the front input shaft bearing. So I went ahead and ordered a brand new clutch for it, because it's like if you're going to pull the transmission out, you might as well put a clutch in it. So we ordered a brand new OEM clutch, and then took it over to Bob's Transmission here in Wichita. I've known him for 30 years. He is an amazing guy. But actually ended up being one of the rear bearings on a balance, some kind of shaft inside the transmission. So the transmission basically got completely tore down, and he replaced all of the bearings in the transmission. So effectively, this transmission is rebuilt. It actually shifted perfect. When you would push the clutch in, it was quiet. When you let the clutch out, you'd hear a bearing noise. And it's such a nice car. It wasn't really that bad, but it just was annoying. And it's too nice of a car to have that kind of, just an issue like that. So spent, probably with clutch and everything, probably $1,200-1,500 having the transmission rebuilt and a new clutch in. And we have receipts for everything. So, and at 60,000 miles, I mean, that's kind of a time where a clutch, 80,000 miles, depending on how it's driven, that it might get some wear in it. So brand new clutch. Look at the belt there. The belt looks brand new. Look at the paint still on the idler. Super amazing. Here's your cruise control servo. Like I said, I haven't checked the cruise control. It doesn't work, but I haven't really checked it. It has no power, so not sure if it's a fuse or whatnot. So there's a lot of stuff done. Like I said, we got tires. It's got a nice cat back, brand new OEM exhaust on it. And I'm probably honestly forgetting some of the work. I mean, in the on the website, we'll put pictures of all the receipts and everything, so you can see everything we've done. And then also the previous owner spent lots of money maintaining the car. I think he recently put a new fuel pump in it, and he did thousands of dollars of work of maintenance on it, just from the time that he had it as well. So all of that documentation and all of those receipts come with the car. So let's go ahead and tour the interior. I can just go ahead and set this down now. Just get the perfect speed on it, and it closes out beautifully. There's that front Z emblem. Love the gold package. So let's take a look here in the interior. The interior of this car is phenomenal. Absolutely amazing. Door panels are almost perfect. Little teeny bit of puffiness right there. If you remember the other 83 we had, that was all puffy, but this, and look at the embossed 280ZX in that. It's kind of like a suede. Look, even the window switches are nice. The interior of this car is super duper nice. And here is our data tag right here. And there's a little Canada sticker. All right, looking here on the rockers. Super nice, no rust. A little bit of surface rust and some stuff underneath. I'll point that out when we get it up on the lift. A little bubble right there. Threshold is nice. Seats are really, really nice. There is, I'll show you, one flaw here on the driver's seat. But you can see how nice all the material is. Side bolster, there's one little split right here. And I've got also, Dr. Vinyl can repair that, and it'll look, 90+% better. But again, just haven't had a chance to get it into him. So, showing it as it is at the moment. So here is our carpets. They are in excellent, excellent condition. There's our pedals. No wear. Consistent with 60,000 mile car. With the heel pad. It's nice because it had those floor mats in here that's pretty much whole life. So everything is really preserved very well. Even the armrest, look at the armrest, is just mint. And the steering wheel. I'm gonna go ahead and slide in. All right. And go ahead and fire it up. sounds absolutely perfect. Little ding and boing in there. Turn the headlights on. See our oil pressure, volts, all the clock and everything works. Got a little stopwatch and everything. Go ahead and turn the air on here and show you. Heard the compressor kick in there. And it's ice cold. Stereo works perfect. Yeah. Even the cassette player works. I actually tried the cassette player and it does work. Man, that is cold coming out of there. So I will go ahead and pull this key out.
Lights are on. Lights are on.
Oh, that is so cool. The talk box works. Everything works there. The dash of this car is pretty much mint. Not a crack, not a flaw in it. All the speakers work. Everything works. Super nice. All the touch control surfaces are just pretty much flawless. There's our heated back window, mirror, or those are heated mirror switch actually. Heated mirror switch in left and right. So it has heated mirrors, and then because here is the rear defrost, rear wiper, dome light, cruise control. Like I said, it's supposed to, when you turn that switch, it lights up green and says on. It's not lighting up. There's our automatic climate control. I have the cigarette lighter, but I was using that. Here's your little stereo wide. That all works. And then I'll show you in the glove box here. And we have all the paperwork, all the books on this car. And then actually here is this bearing. This was the culprit right here. So it was just a little growly. So I kept that bearing. That was the only one that was bad, but we replaced all of it. And here is a little key number there. All right. Go ahead and pop the center console. Yeah, I was listening to the car's Heartbeat City. That's what I used to test it. There's some stuff in there. There's the cigarette lighter, like I told you. A few little pieces in there. I've been driving the car, so if you look at the steering wheel, it is pretty much mint. Horn works. Rear view. Visors are super nice. And then actually it was really cool. I wondered what this was, okay? And somebody actually told me from the last car. I had no idea what it was. But anyway, so you put this up here like this and you hook it over the top and it makes a wind deflector. Your sun visor turns into a little mini wind deflector. Isn't that cool? That was so cool that somebody knew that, and I really had no idea what that was, but pretty nifty little touches there for such an old car. Visors are just mint condition. Even the label is nice. Got a little plug right here that's the wrong color. This is the factory one here, and so looks like one fell out and somebody put a little plug in there, so that's what it's supposed to look like. I forgot about it. I don't even see it really. All right, let me jump up and take you around the other side. Go ahead and pop the hatch too while we're at it. Go ahead and flip the seat forward here. There's our rear speakers. And here's a little cubby hole. Kind of a nice little place, little storage compartments. Put some stuff in. And then I'll kind of show you the interior trim from up front here. And it is just, look at the trunk. The back panel, the vinyl shrinks up. You know, that's just pretty much, that's the way it is unless you recover it. They are all gonna be that way, no matter the miles or whatever. It's just an age thing. But look how nice this is. And I'll show you the headliner. Super nice condition, little bit of sagging in that T-bar. That could be really easily just kind of pull it down and put a little glue and push it back up. Very easy to resurrect since it's such a small area. I wouldn't even take it apart. That's all I would do would just be to re-glue it. I got the hatch popped here. And it is super nice. Look at this trunk compartment. And again, like I said, this vinyl has shrunk and you can't even glue it back because it has shrunk. So the only thing to do would be to recover the whole. This one's perfect over here, but this one here, it was the same way on my other 83 turbo. Same exact story. But it's just something that, honestly, it's nothing that I would do. I guess I can go ahead and pull this back a little bit here. Show you inside here. Here's where got 2 thumb wheels here. Pop those guys off, and this just leans in. And there's your, oh wow, I haven't even been in here. There's the tools. Oh, there's all kinds of stuff in here. There's sunshades. I haven't been in here. This is kind of cool. Oh wow. There's the original tags. There's a original tag. There is the tools, the little compressor, little flicks of flat. There's the jack behind there. Wow, how cool is that? Look how clean it is in here. So that's kind of neat. Hadn't even been in here before, and that's a little sunshade. So super cool. I'll put those buttons back later. Go ahead and show you over here on the other side. Again, here we got the right panel, and pretty much flawless, almost immaculate. Window switches, it's kind of like a velour, super nice. Passenger seat is super clean, no issues on that, no splits on the passenger seat. Passenger carpets. These carpets are funny because you run them, they change colors. See, look, when you change the direction, see? So it might look like stains, but it's just the way the nap turns. It's all multicolored. So even though it may look stained up, it's not. That's just the nature of the beast. Looking at the dash here from the passenger side, all of your controls, and so on and so forth. All right, we'll get this dude up on the lift. I'll give you a tour underneath, and then we will go and take it for a drive. All right, we got the 280Z up on the lift. I'm just gonna do kind of a bypass here. Just kind of do a walk under, give you just a thorough view both directions. And now I'll turn around and do the same thing. And then we'll kind of show details. This is just kind of nice to give a walk through. All right, so we'll start off here. You can see the brand new tires, and we got a brand new OEM style exhaust. Valance is nice. There's the tank. There is the fender well. Axle boots are good, differential's dry. That is nice. Axle boots good. Again, give you, look here, side defender well. Shocks are good and dry. That one looks like it might be a little wet, a little leaking potentially. There's a new fuel pump. There's our sway bar. Go down kind of the middle here. These cars were, you can see back in the day, is undercoated. We didn't put any of that on there. There's our catback exhaust. Heat shield. Transmission is completely rebuilt. Little dent in the frame rail there. It seems like every one of these cars has an upward dent from where they, I don't know. It just seems like every one of them has a dent. Manual rack, boots are good. Fresh grease on the ball joints. The steering's really tight. Guard drive's super nice, super tight. Power steering, what did I say? Manual steering. Power steering. Looking up in here, see all that undercoating. Man, this car is dry. There is not a drop. They haven't cleaned under here, done anything under here. That oil pan, front main, rear main, super nice. There's our front valance from the bottom side. Looks really good. Go ahead and show you the front side while we got up in there. It's a lot easier. Really nice shape on the valance. And I will show you the rockers. There's a little bitty rust spot right there at the bottom of the fender. Little tiny rust spot right there. Now we'll show you this right here. It's a little bit soft right here. So somebody put some sealer there, you know, but that's where a seam is right here. And it's kind of got some rust there. So, you know, 5-10 years down the road, you might, you know, do a little patch here or something like that, but it's fine for now. It's not, you know, it's not really gonna get any worse. It's not structural. I mean, it might get worse, but it's not gonna cause a problem, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Here's the rocker. And so when I had him do the bumper, there was a little spot here. So he'd spotted this little spot right here in and touched that up. There was a little rust spot right there, kind of like that front fender, about like that. I didn't see the front fender, but so my guy that did the bumper did that little spot. Looks really nice, actually. Underneath the rear bumper, rear valance looks really good. He touched up a little, there was just some paint missing right here, so he sprayed a little touch up right there. Looks really nice. A little bit of surface right here. Probably should put some touch up paint or some Pour 15 or something on there and then touch it up just to kind of stop it. But if you know these cars, this is really good. Little bit of right there on that seam. And then again, same thing on the floor right here. You can see where it's, you know, see, it's still solid, you know, but it's just that outer layer where that undercoating is has started to peel away. So little spot right there. But that's pretty much the worst of it. Considering what most of these guys are like at this stage, that's pretty darn good. All right, well, there's your tour underneath. Let's go ahead and drop it down and take it for a drive. All right, I'm buckled into the Datsun here. Let's go for a spin. It's an absolute beautiful night. Real calm out. The sun's just ducking off to the west. So I had the tops off earlier for the walk around, so I decided let's just leave the tops off on the test drive. Why not? So here we go. The car actually is really good with the T-tops off, and you know, it's not real loud or not a lot of buffeting. Then you can put the side windows up for added you know, comfort or whatever, but honestly it does really good job. So here we go. I think I'll go ahead and put the side one up here while we get on the highway. But this car is just absolutely fantastic car. It just turned 100,041 kilometers, so just right over 62,000 miles, and it's just absolutely just a fantastic car mechanically. We did a lot of maintenance to the car. The previous owner did a lot of maintenance, and we have all the paperwork for that. They did a fuel pump and a lot of stuff, and we did a whole you know, catback exhaust on it, factory style. We did new tires, all new ignition system, new cap, rotor, plugs, wires, and did all that maintenance and everything on it. All right, here we go. Let's hit the beans. Super fun right there. All right, getting up on the highway. I got the window down still. There we go. Absolutely drives perfect. Such an awesome car. Owner of this car, his dad bought it brand new, and it was a present for his wife. And he was, I believe he was a president of some university in Canada. So this car was bought new in Canada, a Canadian spec car. So that's why everything's in kilometers. And I did the video of me picking this up from the son. So the son bought the car from the dad. So here we go. So you can watch that video. I'll put a link in the comments and the description to the video of me picking this car up, because it's a fun story in itself. But I drove it back from Tulsa, Oklahoma, and I tell you, the AC in this car is just ice cold. The radio works here. Turn that radio on. Power antenna, everything. I got a little music going there. All the gauges work. Gas gauge. The only thing that doesn't work in the car is the cruise control, and it doesn't light up. I mean, I haven't checked the fuse for it. I mean, I don't know if it's just a fuse or not, but I really haven't looked into the cruise control. We had an 83 turbo, same exact car. Is kind of ironic, but the cruise control didn't work on it either. It did light up, but the servo didn't work. So, but this one's not lighting up, so it could just potentially be a fuse, but I haven't had a chance to look into it. I got a lot of people inquiring on this car, and so that's kind of one reason we kind of rushing with the video, because I got a lot of people from out of town that want to see the video, then want to come and potentially buy the car. So we didn't get to do every little thing that we wanted to do, but the car is super nice. Everything works great. I like this. Watch this.
Left door is open.
All the talking stuff and everything. It's so cool. So cool. But everything, like I said, everything works with the cruise control. AC is ice cold. You turn it on there, and you got the low, auto, and high. You put it on low, you got low. Put it on high, you got high. I run it on auto. It seems to stay on high mostly. I'm not sure, how that system works, if it's working 100% correctly or not. But it functions exactly like my last 83 turbo did. So it really just kind of seems like you have high and low. The automatic doesn't really seem to cycle the fan like I would expect it to. But I'm not sure what the status of that is. But it blows ice cold. I mean, AC works great in this car. Then when you got the T-tops on, with the sunshades, like I was driving it around today, it was 108 degrees earlier today, and I was driving this around. And the crazy thing is, this car's 1983, and I was more comfortable in this car than any of our modern cars. The T-tops had the sunshades, so it totally kept the sun off me. The air conditioning blows so cold, and the really nice window tint job on this car. And literally, I was just driving around, and I was literally, remarking to myself, I could not believe I'm driving this old car around in 108 degrees, and the temperature of the car was just dead steady. Even when I went to Sonic and got a drink and I left it running, the temperature, I think, climbed up 1 bar, and just unbelievable. It really is unbelievable. Just not just this car, but just how amazing this car is and was in the day. But love the styling of this car, the black and the gold. When I sold the turbo, I thought, man, I'll never find another one like that. And honestly, this one's in nicer shape than the turbo we sold. In some ways, I mean, it's been resprayed, so obviously there's less paint imperfections. The turbo, it was amazing, being an original paint car. So you're going to expect more patina on it. But like I said, so this is kind of like the, you know, would have probably looked like the turbo, and that's why somebody decided to go ahead and pretty it up. So you could go either way with the car, but somebody did, like I said, they did respray the car, but they did a really, really nice job. And so therefore it just makes for a almost flawless looking and driving car, which, you know, a lot of people, you know, the original is nice. I like original, but then it's nice to have a nice shiny one too. Gotta love them both. The exhaust I picked for this car is perfect. You know, I just went for the, you know, OEM spec exhaust. I didn't want anything loud or anything like that. And it is the aluminized exhaust, you know, so it's not going to rust or anything. And so that's just fantastic. Sounds great. It goes down the highway 80 mile an hour, just smooth as can be. And, you know, it just drives great. The suspension solid, no rattles. You know, it's got the typical squat and, you know, and soft struts, but that's the way they were when they were new, honestly. So it's definitely a super nice car. But just lucky to find another one. I can't believe it. I thought when I sold that turbo, I thought, man, I'll never find one like that. And then lo and behold, you know, it's crazy, because I really do truly personally love driving these cars. Really probably one of my favorite cars to just run around in. Like, I'm driving around in Old Town right now, and T-Top's off, and it's just fantastic. It's perfect. You know, it's just absolutely perfect. I wish I had my baby with me, and we'd go and get an ice cream or a drink or whatever and just cruise around. But yeah, maybe there'll still be time. But like I said, I did get this video done because I got a lot of people waiting to look at the car. Here we go. You can hear that. It sounds pretty good, doesn't it? Oh man, I'm gonna flip this thing around here. But yeah, all the lights work. Like I said, there's just really, other than the cruise control, there's no mechanical issues with this car at all. Bone dry, not a drop on the ground, and just a fantastic car. Gotta love it. Such a great touring car, you know. The 240Z is, you know, more of a raw, pure sports car, you know, and that's a fun car to drive too. You know, and I'm really torn between the first of this generation of car and the last of the generation. But, you know, I'll be honest with you, I probably enjoy driving the 280s, these 83 280s. Oh man, and I love sport, and I love that 240. But doggone it, the power of this thing is so much torque. Rides so nice, so comfortable. You got that ice cold AC, nice stereo. It's just a really nice place to be. It really is. Now, you know, that 240 though is fun. More of a fall and colder weather car, you know, with no AC. Yeah, it's a tough one. It is a tough one between those two cars, and I got both of them right now. So it's a toss-up. I was just driving the 240Z around last weekend, but. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this overview, and happy to show you this car and kind of show you all, you know, all around it. And if you would like and subscribe to the channel, I'd appreciate that. And then hit that notifications button, you know, that way when we upload a car, you know, you'll get notified, and because we never know when we might have your next dream car. Have a great day and happy motoring.